Hey guys, it's TFNut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This time it's going to be of the brand new Hasbro Marvel Legends series Spider-Man Retro Collection 90s cartoon version of Marvel's Chameleon. Very excited to finally be getting to do this review. I'm a little late to doing it, so I apologize for that. I also apologize because I don't have the 2015 head sculpt. I cannot find it. Of course, the one head sculpt I'm trying to look for this review, I can't find it, unfortunately. So I can't do a proper comparison with that head. But this still looks really great. A lot of people have been very excited to get this updated look here, this specific look for this figure. So let's go ahead, take a look at the packaging. Looks really good in that 90s style blister card there. It does say Marvel Comics and Spider-Man is up there. That city backdrop. It does also say Manipulative Mimic over there. Marvel's Chameleon, Hasbro logo on the bottom right, pages 4 and up on the top left. Giving you a quick look at the rest of this box here on the back. Now, I did review Unlimited Spider-Man, I keep doing that, and Agent Venom recently. So here is a quick read up as well as what's going on with the rest of the packaging, I should say. Right there, you can pause and read that now. And then you do have all the figures in the series. Don't know if I'm going to commit to them yet. And then all of this legal mumbo jumbo here. And then if you are looking for this, I'll see, yeah, that should hopefully be good enough for you guys to screenshot that. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. Here's the figure out of the packaging. Honestly, I'm digging it. It looks really nice, and it's nice to finally have an updated Chameleon since, what, a decade ago? Which it wasn't bad back then, but we've been needing some kind of updated one. And them doing it in this look is perfect, honestly. I am not crazy about the quality of the plastic here, though. 2 out of the 3 figures I've gotten this wave so far, the quality of the plastic is not good. So let's take a look at the actual accessories. Then we'll take a closer look at the figure. Now the figure comes packaged with fists. I have a quick image right here of what this looks like with the fists inserted into the arm sockets there. They don't look very bad. I think we've gotten this sculpt plenty of times before with these hands. It's really whatever, they're hands, you know. The white balance might be kind of off. I tried to fix it earlier on my camera, but these are definitely very white, only slightly off white. And I do think like the scrunching in like the palms and around where the disc is for that articulation, it doesn't look very bad at all. Yeah, not much crazy to go off of there. We also do have this mask accessory. This is J. Jonah Jameson's face. That is a really cool accessory. Now, I can see some separated plastic, some gray, with where they've painted the white in the hair, and then that white in the hair is bleeding off a little bit onto the skin tone. But I can't deny that it's a little freaky looking, but it's supposed to, and it looks very cool with how maybe the eyes should be blacked out in the mouth too, but that's whatever. But I just think that's hilarious how they did that. And the ears too. Now this section here, there's a lot of space going on here. You can use both of the trigger hands to hold this, but what I've determined is that it's probably the easiest for this one because you can see that little nudge right there for the thumb, and it's a little bit angled, but you have that finger being inserted, so you know that piece of plastic of the gray is wedged to the top there, holding it very nice. And here is a quick image, maybe not the closest image ever, but a quick image of what this figure looks like holding the mask. That leads into this figure holding the weapons, and these are both weapons that this figure comes with. And these are the exact same guns that we got with Agent Venom. However, as opposed to Agent Venom, who I believe should have come with realistic guns, and I have enough in my collection to where I can give some to him, so it's not a big deal. This one here, I don't mind that it has these more futuristic science fiction type guns because this is more of a 90s cartoon version of Chameleon. So yeah, I'm not minding that too much. As you see here, let's just zoom out a little bit. This is like this futuristic rifle. You do have like a scope there. You also have, it's just mostly molded in this like gray, trying to look like silver, but there's black underneath here, and the barrel going on there. I think it is just getting really a little too warped with this because this entire the entire thing here seems pretty curved, and this here seemed very curved towards the very front of that barrel there, you know, so These both don't look perfect at all. Trying to get them in there. This one's more straight than this one, but it's not that big of a deal how curved it is. You have to look hard to see it. And then this pistol here, not much crazy going on with this. It's just molded in this dark gray to kind of make it look silver. And the detailing is fine. A little bit of detailing on the handles, a little bit on that barrel. The barrel. Yeah, I mean, it's not the craziest gun here. Now, I want to reiterate again that I apologize for not having the previous Chameleon head. It would have been really cool to see what it looks like on this body. So, next best thing is to show you an image I found online of the previous head. The biggest things are that I feel like the shapes are different. A lot of what is going on between both these are very similar, like pronounced cheeks, the nose, overall rounded features, and like how the eyebrows are done. The eyes on both were always, like, this is really, really good, and the eyes on the previous one were always really good too. But you had more protruding ears in the previous one. You had a little bit more of an elongated head. Not too much, though. It still looked pretty good and natural. The teeth were also showing more, and you had a sculpted line for the mask going all the way down. So this thing here definitely is utilizing that face printing tech that they are using for not just MCU stuff, for comic book figures too. And this thing looks fantastic. I really don't remember how it looked in the 90s cartoon. I need to rewatch it. I tried to rewatch a couple episodes recently. I just couldn't keep going. Just got busy. But this looks stunning. It is such a nice looking head sculpt. There is a little bit of what I believe looks like, I mean, that is definitely some paint apps, like a little bit of some shadow going on where those eyebrows are. And they're more pronounced. They're definitely sculpted, pronounced the lines going on around that. The mouth color is also fantastic. The rest of it is just kind of just this dome that you got going on here. This is a removable neck piece, and it does show that this is a separate piece ported in there. I was having trouble figuring out what body parts are being reused and new. There's a lot new here is what pretty much what I figured out. Vulcan legs, I believe, are actually reused, like up until you get to the boots. And then I thought it would be something like Dormammu or Red Skull, but though I think maybe the foot mold, but I could be wrong on that. The boots are definitely, the way that the wrinkles are done are definitely different. There's more of an exposed joint at the normal standing position for Red Skull compared to Chameleon there. And then these forearm pieces I thought were reused. They're definitely different. They're also, I think, retooled, but definitely not the same as Vulcan. Because you can see that separated part at the forearm where the blue would meet, that dark blue meets the red, but now it's more of a cuff section here, similar to what we have with Red Skull. Again, decent amount of retooling and new here. One thing I should actually mention with the torso too, I thought that those were reused. They're definitely not. The more pectoral area, pretty much the whole torso is going a little bit more up and down straight here for this body, where this is going a little bit more of a V shape. But this thing looks great in this body. It is pretty nice and bulky. I don't know if Chameleon should be a little bit more slimmed down, but I just think it looks good no matter what. Really digging that. Now, like a bunch of Marvel Legends, you're getting a lot of one-tone colors. You have this lighter blue. There is a darker blue section here that's a separate soft plastic at the neck piece, but mostly this lighter blue here, this glossy red shoulder pad part, which is a separate piece, so that is nice. You might want to be careful with that. Trying to move that. Yes, these are the type of shoulder joints that you can move, and then these should move on their own if you hold it down, but it seems like it's actually a little tight to where it wants to move with the arm no matter what. So something to mention there. Pinless tech, but lots of nice consistent wrinkles going on there. Maybe they're not super crazy wrinkles, but what we do have there looks really good. I'm noticing, though, at least in the viewfinder, a little bit of miscoloration with this here compared to the rest, which is usually a common problem that they have with their pinless tech, is what I've noticed over the couple of years when they do it. And then you have more of these, I guess they're just supposed to be standard, like darker yellow. I don't know if they're supposed to be gold, but they look a little too glossy, but they're not too bad at all. Just a quick look at how the trigger holding hands look. These are definitely reused from something like Red Skull and even Dormammu, and maybe a couple figures I can't even think of off the top of my head right now. But I mean, if anything gets reused in this line, and I'm not mad about it, hands. Not gonna lie, this whole strap section too, it's in this yellow plastic, but they actually did a really good job for the most part with this red painted all around it. Only thing you're gonna notice is that a little bit of the yellow is gonna pop on the top here. I think that they could have done way worse, and they have done way worse. Then you have this belt section here, actual gold, and then like this metallic blue going on here, looking nice. A couple of lines actually in the pants section, wrinkled there, wrinkles on the butt, all the way on the back section of the where that torso joint is. And then down here are these Vulcan legs, and you know, a little bit, I mean, they're muscular, but they're slim. They have like a slim down section a little bit. Like, I don't really know if I'm using any of that right, but definitely a little bit more narrow, I should say, in the hips. That's probably the word I was using. Oh man, again, I feel like in person it's not that big of a deal, but on camera you could definitely see that discoloration. Some people may have to look a little too hard to see it, but I can definitely see it. Not the end of the world though. Muscles in those legs, not too bad. Then we get down to the boots. They're actually a little bit more of a matte finish with a little bit of glossy coming through, and then we do have some nice wrinkles going all the way around on that. Not too bad. So the bottom of the feet look like. So I just really dig how this thing looks. Since I don't have that old Chameleon head, I didn't want to show at least the 2015 J. Jonah Jameson, which does have a decent amount of paint and have problems. Look at all that paint. Yeah, I did want to show this on this body. It's too small and it is sitting up a little too high. I do want to actually go ahead and pop on this head on a suit body. This is actually the gosh, I forget which one it is. I think it's whoever white dude from Black Panther, I forget. And we do have this head on that body. The original one was supposed to be in a blue suit, and that has broken on me over time. I've never really been the craziest about this body, if I'm being honest. This head's a little too big on it too. It sits down a little too low. Now I do have Jigsaw here, which is a suit body. It's like the perfect kind of suit body, although it's this chest piece is a little problematic. It's a little too big, but I do think that the neck sits down a little too low. Maybe if you pull it up a little bit. So if you want to like repaint this whole body, basically, if you can get one. Yeah, I'm not doing the greatest job at trying to raise that, but honestly, I think it's going to look really good on the body it comes with. So I assume the old head is also going to look a little too small and raised up a little too high on this. Thankfully, articulation on this thing is better than Agent Venom, but the plastic quality here is a little bit more of what you would have had with the Spider-Man Unlimited figure, where I am not crazy about it. The head can go up actually pretty far, not too bad. It is on a disc there, and then it does go down, and then the ball joint will make it swivel, can go a little bit side to side. Arms go all the way around there. You can see that shoulder pad moving. Again, I try to hold the shoulder pad to prevent it from moving, and I think it's just such a tight connection that it wants to move with the shoulder. But, as you can see, it can go pretty much almost all the way out, actually. You maybe could force it a little bit more, but I'm not going to. Upper arm swivel here, double jointed elbows there. Tried to see if there was a no, it's just this plastic piece that covers whatever plastic is inside, and I have yet to remove that, and I'm not going to. Swivel at the wrist and an up and down hinge on the gun holding hands, back and forth for these kind of hands. The ab crunch could be a little bit better, but not too bad. This doesn't get in the way too much, thankfully. So that's the back motion. Forward could be worse, and then we do have a swivel here, which does break up the sculpt a little bit, but it's whatever. Legs can go out like that, not too bad. Back, not really. Splits aren't great. I don't need him to do splits though. Right here is where we get to the gumminess. Yeah, that's not great. Not digging that swivel. I mean, it can go all the way around, but it's really gummy. These knees are really tight to where this section right here is actually starting to get a little stressed. So you can definitely make it bend. And then the boots also are a little gummy on mine. Not as bad as the thighs, but still not great. Down here, it actually bends down pretty decently. And then going up could be a little bit better, and then Kuraka right there. So Again, plastic quality is not great, but articulation is pretty good. Getting the size comparisons out of the way, we are looking at around 16.5 centimeters. That's going to put this a little bit under 6.5 inches. This is a little bit of a taller Marvel Legends, so it's actually slightly taller than both figures from this wave, Spider-Man Unlimited and Agent Venom. The one in the middle is definitely my favorite out of these three right now. It's a really great figure. Over on the far left, we do have the Amazing Fantasy body there. That's going to be a little bit shorter. I desperately need to get another more updated Kraven figure, but just to give you an idea, I think Kraven's going to be, the 2015 version is going to be a little bit taller than this new Chameleon. Overall, the only thing I'm really not crazy about with this figure is mostly just a couple of joints are not great when it comes to plastic quality. Other than that, I mean, I really like how this looks. It definitely feels a little bit more familiar in this line, like it has some retooling, but at the same time, it feels very new and fresh. I really like how it looks. I'm really digging the overall body mold. Articulation's not too bad. Again, those joints kind of get in the way. The detailing could be better, and mostly in terms of the paint, because it's mostly just molded colors, a little bit of paint apps here and there. The head sculpt is really fantastic. Not just the sculpt, but the paintwork on that is great too. The accessories aren't bad either. You know, a couple of guns, which again, a little cartoony, but I don't mind that for this particular version of Chameleon, as well as, you know, that J. Jonah Jameson unmasked head, or that mask is really nice. Couple of fists, not too bad. Maybe a Spider-Man head would have been nice to see. I was kind of wishing that this would be more compatible with some suit bodies. Maybe they'll make a new one in the future and this can be compatible with that. Maybe they'll make a suit version of this head sculpt. Chameleon, we'll just have to wait and see. Definitely recommend this one here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think of the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.